Well, I'm so looking forward to play against Alex because we played in Osaka before, like 2 years ago maybe.
Di ko pa mapaniwala. Maraming salamat sa suporta. Sana patuloy yung suporta niyo sa akin.
Kamusta mga kapong Pinoy? Surprise! Excited na akong imbitahin kayong lahat na manood sa mga laban ko sa Mubadala Abu Dhabi.
Midnight chaos erupted in Manila as the Alex Eala scandal tore through the tennis world, bringing a level of controversy that happens maybe once in a decade. Stop what you're doing and pay attention. This isn't just gossip. It's a firestorm spreading from the Philippines to Japan and beyond. Japanese media are calling foul play, Filipino fans are ready to defend their prodigy, and a 20-year-old tennis star has been thrust into the center of a storm she never wanted. What was supposed to be a celebration at the Philippine Women's Open, a moment for the home crowd to cheer their golden girl, turned into a dramatic clash of national pride, alleged corruption, and a midnight verdict that had everyone from Tokyo to Toronto taking sides. Accusations of match-fixing triggered an emergency investigation, leading to hours of closed-door meetings, forensic video analysis, and a decision that landed like a verdict in a murder trial. In the end, the ruling stood. Alex Eala advanced to the quarterfinals, leaving the tennis world stunned and the controversy far from over. The Japanese challenger, Himeno Saketsum, left the court in tears, convinced she had been robbed in broad daylight. But this was far from the end of the story. It was only the opening act of what could become the biggest scandal in women's tennis this year. January 28th at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex in Manila set the stage. The newly renovated tennis center was packed to the rafters with Filipino fans eager to cheer for their homegrown superstar, 20-year-old Alex Eala, who carried the hopes of an entire nation with every swing of a racket. Eala had already sent a clear message in the round of 32, dismantling Russia's Alina Kareva 6-1, 6-2 in a performance that showed she was a legitimate contender and not just a local favorite. The crowd went berserk, drums pounding and flags waving, the energy rivaling a football match. Then came the round of 16 against Saketsum of Japan. On paper, Eala's 6-4, 6-0 victory seemed straightforward, a bagel in the second set, total domination. But that score hid a far more explosive story. The first set had been an absolute war, with Saketsum pushing Eala to the limit, firing lefty cross-court backhands and demonstrating that she belonged on this stage. At 4-4, tension peaked, and the controversy erupted. A pivotal rally saw a ball that appeared to clip the line called out, and when Saketsum tried to challenge it, technical issues and procedural irregularities allegedly prevented a proper review. Accusations of phantom calls and favoritism toward the home player quickly followed. The momentum shifted catastrophically. Eala seized the moment, broke serve to lead 5-4, and took the set 6-4. The second set was a one-sided collapse, with Saketsum unraveling mentally and emotionally while Eala steamrolled to a 6-0 finish in just over 20 minutes. The stadium erupted in celebration as Eala advanced, leaving the Japanese challenger devastated and a storm of controversy raging that threatens to overshadow the entire tournament. But the story didn't end with Saketsum walking off the court in tears. She and her team took decisive action, filing a formal multi-page complaint with the tournament organizers. This wasn't a simple grievance, it was a full-blown allegation of critical officiating errors, demanding a thorough review of the match footage and accusing the tournament of creating conditions that favored the home player. The complaint set off a chain reaction nobody anticipated. With a major WTA-sanctioned event now under scrutiny for potential bias, Japanese media began covering the alleged injustice, while social media exploded with hashtags like #RiggedMatch and #JusticeForSaketsum trending alongside #Fearless and #ProudPinoy. The pressure on organizers was immense, prompting a full forensic investigation that went far beyond a casual highlight review. Officials delved into the electronic line calling data, examined high-definition slow-motion footage frame by frame, analyzed audio communications between the chair umpire and tournament referee, and even studied ball deformation patterns on the court. Sources close to the technical committee described the review room as absolute chaos, with deliberations stretching well into the night, leaving the tennis world holding its breath as media outlets flooded the tournament office with requests for information and rumors of a potential result change swirled. Officials knew they were sitting on a powder keg. One wrong decision could either crush the dreams of an entire nation or confirm suspicions of corruption in professional tennis. The verdict finally came just before midnight. After hours of analysis, consultation, and what sources described as heated debates behind closed doors, the organizers issued their official statement. The result stands. Alex Eala's victory was confirmed, and she advanced to the quarterfinals, while Himeno Saketsum was officially eliminated. But the part everyone is debating is the statement's wording. The organizers acknowledged marginal calls and conceded that some moments were incredibly close and could have gone differently, yet concluded there was no clear and indisputable evidence of errors significant enough to overturn the result or replay points. That phrase, technically correct, legally defensible, and emotionally unsatisfying, left everyone frustrated. For Saketsum and her supporters, it confirmed their worst fears, that the outcome had been influenced by the home court advantage from the start, and that the midnight review was a rubber stamp on a predetermined result. Japanese tennis forums erupted, calling it a national embarrassment, while commentators demanded the WTA launch an independent investigation. For Ella and her supporters, however, the verdict was a relief, solidifying her status as the homegrown star carrying the hopes of a nation. For Ella and her supporters, the verdict was vindication. They emphasized that Ella didn't make the calls, didn't influence the officials, and simply played the ball as it came, arguing that Saketsum lost because of a mental collapse in the second set, not officiating errors. They see the formal complaint as sour grapes from a player unable to handle a hostile environment. Yet at the center of this hurricane is Alex Eala herself, the 20-year-old who only wants to play tennis and make her country proud, now cast either as a victim of circumstances beyond her control or the unwitting beneficiary of a flawed system. Neither narrative is fair, but it's the reality she faces. Understanding who Ella is helps explain why this controversy has become so explosive. The Philippines has never had a tennis player of her caliber. Promising juniors and respectable professionals existed, but none captured the nation's imagination like Ella. A Rafael Nadal Academy graduate who trained in Spain alongside top young players, and a former junior Grand Slam champion now navigating the professional circuit, Ella transforms every match in the Philippines into a national event. Families gather around TVs, social media erupts, and the entire country stops to watch. That level of pressure could crush most 20-year-olds, yet Ella has shown remarkable composure and maturity. Her words from earlier in the tournament, "Their support gives me extra motivation every time I step on the court, carry a heavier weight now," as the support is paired with intense scrutiny, outside criticism, and the pressure of a controversy that has made her career a focal point on the global stage. The burden of knowing millions are watching every move is immense, but Ella has already shown she can handle big moments. Her clinical, efficient, and ruthless performance against Alina Kuriva demonstrated she's capable of stepping up under pressure. Her lefty forehand gained extra pace, her movement around the court was sharper than ever, and her serve, long considered a weakness, landed with authority. She looked ready to make a serious run at the title. Yet this controversy presents an entirely different kind of test, one that transcends shot-making, tactics, or physical fitness. It's a trial of mental strength in the face of a narrative threatening to consume her. How Ella responds in the quarterfinals will reveal the kind of champion she might become. Will the noise break her, or will she channel the negative energy into even greater performance? Psychologically, the situation is fascinating. Ella is simultaneously hero and villain, depending on who's watching. To Filipinos, she's the brave warrior standing against international skepticism. To Saketsum supporters and neutral observers, she's the player who got away with something. That cognitive dissonance is hard to manage, particularly for someone long seen as the polite, gracious champion. Meanwhile, quietly lurking in the draw is Croatian veteran Donovich, who has been ruthless in Manila without any of the drama following Ella. Vach came for the trophy, not the media circus, and she's playing accordingly. Her opening match against Japan's Kyoko Okamura, a 6-2, 6-2 dismantling, was a statement of intent, with her serve hitting like a freight train and ground strokes penetrating deep into the corners. She followed that with a convincing victory over Maria Kacheva in a match that received far less attention but was equally commanding, establishing her as a serious contender lurking in the shadows of the tournament storm. While everyone was focused on Ella's controversial victory, Vach quietly advanced through the draw, winning without fuss, drama, or giving opponents any openings. At 30, a full decade older than Ella, Vach is the perfect psychological foil for the young Filipino. She has played on the biggest stages in tennis: Wimbledon semifinals, US Open quarterfinals, and battles against legends like Serena Williams, so a noisy, hostile crowd in Manila is unlikely to intimidate her. If anything, she thrives on it. Vach has embraced the role of the villain throughout her career, and her experience makes her a formidable presence. Meanwhile, Camila Osorio represents another kind of challenge for Ella. The Colombian is a relentless fighter and scrapper who forces opponents to earn every point. She may lack the biggest serve or the most powerful ground strokes, but her speed, court coverage, and mental toughness allow her to withstand hostile crowds and grind out matches. Tactically, Osorio will aim to disrupt Ella's rhythm at every turn, varying pace, mixing in slices and drop shots, and changing the height and depth of her shots, creating a test of composure and adaptability for the young star. Osorio's game plan is designed to prevent Ella from finding any rhythm, forcing her to play defense, generate her own pace, and endure long, grueling rallies. This is the nightmare scenario for Ella, a war of attrition where the crowd and the occasion could add unbearable pressure. But the real opponent isn't Osorio, it's the narrative itself, the shadow of the Saketsum match hovering over every point. Every ball near the line will draw eyes to the umpire instead of the play. Every call favoring Ella will ignite accusations of corruption, and every argument or question she raises will be dissected and used as evidence by critics. At 20 years old, with an entire nation watching and a global audience convinced she benefited from the previous round, Ella must create a mental bubble where only the court, the ball, and her opponent exist. That is where champions are truly made, not in moments of glory, but amid chaos, when execution becomes an act of defiance. If Ella can channel the negativity, the doubt, and the criticism into focused intensity, she could reach a level of play that terrifies her opponent. Tennis history is full of players who thrive when they feel they have something to prove, and Ella has the chance to join that lineage. Meanwhile, while all eyes are on the singles drama, the doubles competition has quietly delivered its own excitement. The mix of American, Taiwanese, and Thai partnerships has produced compelling matches on the outside courts, highlighting that, despite the controversy surrounding Ella, this tournament is deep, competitive, and full of high-quality tennis across multiple draws. Aggressive American teams and technically sound Asian partnerships have generated fantastic points and rallies, proving that the action isn't limited to the single spotlight. For the handful of tennis purists who can look past the scandal, the doubles courts have been a refuge where the game speaks for itself, free from the surrounding noise. This is why we watch sports, because, at its best, it is unpredictable, dramatic, and emotionally resonant in ways that scripted entertainment can never match. The Philippine Women's Open has evolved from a routine tour stop into something much bigger, a controversy forcing everyone to take sides. Was Jimeno Saketsum robbed? Did officials consciously or unconsciously allow home court pressure to influence their decisions? Or is this simply the grievance of a losing player and her supporters who can't accept that Ella played better when it mattered most? There are no easy answers, and that's what makes the story so compelling. The midnight verdict from the organizers settled the matter legally. Ella is through to the quarterfinals, but it hasn't settled anything in the court of public opinion. An asterisk now hovers over her achievement in people's minds, and the questions will linger long after the tournament ends. For Alex Eala, this is both a curse and an opportunity. The curse is obvious. Every future success in the Philippines will be shadowed by the Saketsum controversy, with people questioning whether she benefited from favoritism. That's the reality in the age of social media and instant hot takes. But the opportunity lies in how she responds, how she channels all the scrutiny, criticism, and chaos into her game, proving not just that she belongs on the court, but that she can thrive under pressure like a true champion. Officially, the midnight verdict settled nothing in the court of public opinion. Ella is through to the quarterfinals, and that's what the record books will show, but the asterisk is already there in people's minds. Questions will linger, and debates will continue long after the tournament ends. For Alex Eala, this is both a curse and an opportunity. The curse is obvious. She will carry this controversy with her throughout her career, with every future success in the Philippines shadowed by the Saketsum match and the suspicion of favoritism. That's the reality in the age of social media and instant hot takes. The opportunity, however, is equally significant. If Ella can push through the noise, win her quarterfinal, and potentially capture the tournament, it would be one of the most remarkable mental performances by a player her age and years, a testament to surviving intense scrutiny, pressure, and international attention while performing at the highest level. Meanwhile, Donovich is likely resting comfortably, focused on the only thing that matters: winning tennis matches. She is the veteran professional who knows that tournaments aren't won by the player with the best story or most sympathetic narrative. They're won by the player who executes under pressure and minimizes mistakes in key moments. If an Ella Vach semi-final comes to pass, as both players' performances suggest it might, it will be a stunning contrast in style, experience, and mentality. The young, emotional, pressure-packed local hero against the cold, calculating veteran, the player carrying millions of hopes versus the one who thrives as the villain. January 29th will be crucial, with two quarterfinals that could define the tournament's narrative. Ella must beat Osorio while battling the ghost of controversy and the weight of national expectation, while Vach has a clearer path if she simply plays her game. The Rizal Memorial Sports Complex will be packed, electric, and potentially hostile to anyone not wearing Filipino colors. Umpires will operate under a microscope, every call scrutinized by thousands in the stadium and millions at home. The pressure will be immense. This is what separates tennis from every other individual sport. It is not just physical ability or technical skill, but mental strength, emotional control, and the ability to perform amid chaos. Ella is about to discover exactly what she is made of, whether she can survive this storm of controversy and use it as fuel to reach even greater heights. The tennis world is watching. The Philippines is holding its collective breath.
Kamusta mga kapong Pinoy? Surprise! Excited na akong imbitahin kayong lahat na manood sa mga laban ko sa Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open.
Ganar un torneo de Copa Corsaritas es un gran desafío, pero retener el título, defenderlo, eso todo. ¿Cómo está la preparación y cómo se siente para esta aventura que arranca ya muy pronto?
I think it was an overall good week. Of course, disappointed about today. I definitely think I've had